Welcome back, football fanatics. Today we are breaking down the absolute chaos that just unfolded at the NFL Scouting Combine in Indianapolis. This is the ultimate proving ground, where a single tenth of a second can mean the difference between a first-round selection and a free agent flyer. We saw historic records shattered and some heavy favorites stumble under the bright lights of Lucas Oil Stadium. From blinding speed to raw power, the 2024 class just gave scouts a lot to think about. Get ready as we dive into the biggest risers and the most concerning fallers from the most intense weekend in the NFL offseason.
The biggest story of the weekend was undoubtedly Xavier Worthy. The Texas speedster didn't just run fast, he rewrote the record books. Going into his second attempt, the tension was palpable. When the clock stopped at 4.21 seconds, the stadium erupted. Worthy surpassed John Ross's long-standing record of 4.22, cementing himself as the fastest man in combine history. This wasn't just a track meet performance, it was a statement to every NFL GM that his vertical threat is unmatched. His stock is skyrocketing into the mid to late first round because you simply cannot teach that level of world-class velocity. If you didn't know the name Quinyon Mitchell before this week, you certainly do now. Coming out of Toledo, there were questions about his level of competition, but he answered every single one with a dominant performance. Mitchell clocked a blistering 4.33-second 40-yard dash and showcased elite strength with 20 reps on the bench press. His fluid hips and the defensive back drills prove that he has the technical refinement to match his raw athleticism. He didn't just confirm his status as a top corner. He made a legitimate case to be the first defensive player taken off the board in April.
Interior defensive linemen aren't supposed to move like Braden Fisk. The Florida State product put on an absolute show, finishing first among defensive tackles in the 40-yard dash, vertical jump, and broad jump. His 4.78-second 40-yard dash at 292 pounds is a statistical anomaly that scouts love. He plays with a high motor, and his explosive 33.5-inch vertical shows the lower body power needed to collapse an NFL pocket. Fisk has moved from a mid-round projection to a potential second-round lock, proving that his tape at FSU was no fluke. He is a certified athletic freak.
Now, we have to talk about the concerns. Keon Coleman entered the combine as a projected top-tier receiver, but his 4.61-second 40-yard dash raised some eyebrows. In a class filled with sub-4.4 runners, that number puts him in a difficult spot. However, the gauntlet drill told a different story. He reached a top speed of over 20 miles per hour during the catch, proving his game speed might be superior to his track speed. Scouts are now debating, do you trust the stopwatch or the tape? While his stock took a slight hit, his size and ball skills still keep him in the first-round conversation, but the margin for error is shrinking.
If you want to talk about first-step explosiveness, you have to talk about Penn State's Chop Robinson. Weighing in at 254 pounds, Robinson clocked a 4.48-second 40-yard dash. But the number that really mattered was his 1.54-second 10-yard split. That is the quickest among all edge rushers and signifies elite get-off speed that translates directly to sacking NFL quarterbacks. His performance validated the twitch that scouts saw on film. Chop moved himself into the conversation for the top edge defender in the class, likely securing his spot in the top 20 picks. He is the definition of an elite athlete.
The offensive line group this year is massive and incredibly mobile. Joe Alt from Notre Dame stood out at 6'9" and 321 pounds. He moved with the grace of a much smaller player, posting a 5.05-second 40-yard dash and an impressive 7.31-second three-cone drill. For a man of his stature, that lateral agility is almost unheard of. This performance likely solidified him as the OT1 for several teams. When you combine that size with that level of technical footwork, you get a franchise cornerstone. Alt didn't just meet expectations, he exceeded them, proving he's ready to protect a blindside for the next decade.
The 2024 NFL Combine provided the data, but the real work begins now. Teams will spend the next few weeks weighing these numbers against years of college tape. Xavier Worthy's speed, Braden Fisk's power, and Quinyon Mitchell's dominance have completely reshaped the draft board. Who do you think was the biggest winner in Indy, and which prospect are you still worried about? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dive athletic analysis as we count down to the NFL draft. Thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one.